Coach, I feel like when I strike, my elbows are too wide. I'm super lengthy, and any drills to develop a habit to keep my elbows in. That's from Sam. Sam, when you have your elbows out, that's because you're protecting head kicks. If you look at the Thais, they put their elbows out. They're protecting against the head kick, and they're baiting you to kick the body. So when you kick the body, they trap that leg and they crush you with it. It's more boxing that they have the elbows down. Okay, so if you're a Muay Thai fighter, don't worry too much about it. If you're more of a boxer, it's a major problem because you're gonna get your ribs broken. Okay, so I think shadow boxing in the mirror and keep correcting yourself until you see your elbows very tight to your body. If you're a boxer, if you're not a boxer, it's not that bad of a deal, not that big of a deal. Coach, I feel like I have more success sparring with experienced fighters opposed to amateurs who throw wild and spaz. Any tips on how I can pick apart these guys, mindset, etc.? That's from Sam Satowski. It's very interesting you say that, Sam. It's so true. The common mistake fighters make is they only want to spar with the best guys. Guys, you have to spar or roll or wrestle with every level. Every level. Why? Like when I spar with every level. I spar with a guy who's only been training for 1 year, and I spar a guy who's been training professionally for 20 years. Why? Sometimes you're fighting in the pro ranks, and you get this one guy in your division who's like this freaky, like he never learned how to punch properly. He kind of learned, from a less experienced coach, and he has these bad habits, but however, he's very good. He's been watching fighting a long time. He has good timing. He started training young. He has all these other great assets. Yet, mechanically, he's very bizarre. A great example is Khabib. Khabib's punching mechanics are not great. However, his striking is great. A lot of people tell me, oh, he's not a good striker. You're wrong. Look at his career. He's always done very well in the striking department, save maybe 1 or 2 fights where, yes, he won the fight, but he got tagged. He's the only man to ever knock down McGregor with a strike. Name me another guy. Even Mayweather didn't knock down Mayweather. Mayweather got a standing TKO, but he never flattened McGregor with a punch. And round 3 was a lot of striking with the McGregor-Khabib fight. And Khabib, I had given it to him. When I was watching it live, I had given it to him. I then saw that the judges and a lot of the fans gave it to McGregor. Okay, it was still very tight. McGregor, arguably one of the best strikers to ever do it in UFC. Khabib, a very tight round. Now, of course, a lot of you are going to say, well, coach, he wrestled him. Yeah, that's true, he wrestled him. But still, his striking has shown to be very effective. I'm not saying he's a slick, super mechanically sound boxer. No. I'm saying he's effective. Being technical and effective are 2 different things. Okay, so what I'm telling you is sometimes you get a guy who has some bizarre mechanics. That's why it's throwing you off, because you're not used to seeing those mechanics. Now, that's why I always say it's wise to spar with every level. Spar with a guy who's more beginner. He's going to throw something weird at you. He's going to throw something jerky and spazzy, and all of a sudden you're going to be able to brush it off. It's just a question of sparring at those levels, because whatever you don't see often is going to surprise you. That's my advice. I think it's a real huge mistake that a lot of people do. They just want to spar with the elite all the time, which is wrong.